Hi, I'm Aidan. I'm a professional website at dunvalspo.co.uk. I build professional websites for businesses across the UK. So it's incredibly common for businesses to fall behind when they are running entirely off social media. That works, but only up to a point. So this is until someone searches for what you do professionally, whether that is construction, finance, or electrical work. Nobody's going to stumble across a page unless they already know your name. So the website is actually the one thing you actually own, and it is something you actually fully control. That's how I assume. So, and there's no algorithm deciding who sees it, none at all. So here's another simple example. So let's say someone built a website years ago, maybe even a decade back, using a free builder and never touched it again. It's sluggish. It's got a builder's logo. It's plastered across it, and on mobile, half of it doesn't even work. So it's basically a pile of problems. So it's a bit like, do you remember getting homework when you was a kid? It's kind of like that, but with coding issues. So, and the worst case scenario is your website might not even show up at all. So a site like this can actually cost you more. Um, it can cost you more trust than actually having no site, because now someone's first impression is this looks abandoned and are they still around? I want to get in touch, but the form's broken. Then there are the businesses that went and got the quotes, big agency, big numbers, way more than made sense for for what they actually needed. So they basically just put the idea back on the shelf, essentially. And that's completely fair reaction, but a 5-page site for a local business doesn't actually need an agency, a pricing, or any overhead. So there's a version of this that actually fits for what you're trying to do. And um, I experienced all of this myself when I built a website for a course back in school. So I designed something genuinely awful. Let me tell you, the navigation was made a triangle sat on a like a horizontal axis, and the images were all in terrible dimensions, just from page to page. If I ever dig it up, I'll show you. I will actually show you what it used to look like. Yeah, there is something that we all need to know is we all start at the bottom. So they tried to build it themselves. It started strong. Then they hit a wall with something technical. So that could be probably so that probably could be a domain hosting, probably a form that won't work, and it's been sitting there half finished ever since. It's not a failure on your part, it's just building a website properly involves moving more pieces than people will expect to. So even when you bring in AI tools like Claude or ChatGPT, you are definitely still going into problems, which is exactly what you need, real technical knowledge, then rather just relying on artificial intelligence. So and here's why this matters actually so much. So let's say you built a website using AI, so any AI you can do, Claude, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and you don't decide to bother with the code, you just want to ship it straight into the client. And once you told the client that there'll be no errors, so later on, if you discover a data leak in the database structure or you're going to eventually see some private data baked into the HTML code, and so that's incredibly difficult to undo. So you always want to check your website's code. It takes more time, but it's more worth it. So here's what it actually looks like. So this is a site I built. So the mobile layout was broken. No, it isn't. So the RSVP names weren't even reaching the database. Or it isn't hypothetical. It's because I actually reviewed my own website, and it's because I also review the code. That's how I've found the problem myself. So you can usually just buy it from testing the functionality. It'll help you find yours too if your name's meant to be saved to a database. Just checked they are not accidentally backed to the HTML instead of it's generally fine. So if any of this sounds familiar, if it's generally not, then that's okay. Everyone starts out from where they are. They don't always have the expensive equipment, so it takes time, but you'll get there. It's actually how most businesses end up without a site or without one that's actually working for them. So the fix isn't complicated once someone who does this who actually looks at it. So if you want a second pair of eyes and where you're at, just send me a message at dumbbellstudio.co.uk. The link's in the description. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.